Assistive technology is technology that can help anyone learn despite their disability. There are a lot of different AT devices that can come in handy to help you in the classroom. From students from learning disabilities to visually impaired to low functioning, all kinds of students can learn using assistive technology. Our topic is animals, and I'm going to be showing you different ways you can implement these AT devices into your lessons. This is a GoTalk 9 Plus. It can be used in a lesson during class discussion. When asking the class about farm animals, zoo animals, or house animals, they can say the animal sound when talking about the animals. So you can ask about what is a pig, a farm animal, zoo animal, or house pet? And the student can answer by saying farm animals. This gives the student that is nonverbal or limited verbal skills a voice. So also, as a class, you could say, class, what does a pig say? And the student is allowed to oink, 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 say what a pig says. Also, you can ask, what is a house pet? And then they can say, roof, roof. And you can say, okay, it's a dog. So this is a GoTalk 9, and it can be implemented in a group discussion or answering simple questions. This is an iTalk 2. This can be used in your lesson during assessment, asking the student simple yes and no questions. You can ask the student, is an elephant a farm animal? And they are able to say yes or no. This gives you the opportunity to see what the student is thinking. Also, this is an aided way of communication. It gives them the opportunity to communicate through verbalizing what they want to say. Instead of using a gesture as a shaking the head or a pointing to something, they're able to verbalize what they want to say. And on top of these are communication cards that help them remember which one's yes and which one's no. For example, this one is red and also has an X on top of it, so this helps them verbalize no. So this gives them the voice and helps them verbalize things in the classroom and helps you understand what they are understanding and not. This is the Tag School Reader pen and book made by Leapfrog. This can help all kinds of students in your classroom. One kind of student this could help is a student that is nonverbal. During a read aloud during your lesson, you could have the student read one page by easily using the pen and tapping it on the book.
But that speedy bug jumped out onto Foster Fox's snout. Ew! Foster whispered, catch him quick, or I think I may be sick. Ozzy reached a bath hop.
And the student can easily stop, pause, and refresh this. And also this can help a student that has a learning disability. Reading independently, the student can use this and easily tap on the word.
Speedy?
So even during this class read aloud for them, they can be reading but that.
Speedy?
And that can help them identify the words that are unknown. Also, it helps them read independently. As they read independently, they can learn the words that they are unsure of. Also, this can help a student that is advancing to the next level. Say that your student is above all the rest in reading skills. They're able to find a book that is above their reading level and read it on their own and learn new words that they are unfamiliar with. So this helps all kinds of different students. And this is called Oz and Mac. But the book that I have found that would go with a lesson that is about animals is a Leapfrog animal called Animals Around the World. This is a Voice Pal AK hooked up to a switchboard. This can be used during the lesson when you are having the students learn about the different animals. These are all zoo animals. And this is a giraffe. This helps students that are visually impaired. You can have them touch and feel the giraffe. Have them feel the characteristics, the long neck, the long tail, and the long legs. And then you can place it on top of the switch pad.
Giraffe.
And it allows them to know what animal they are exploring. Also, a gorilla. They can feel that it's got the big stomach and the sharp teeth and the long arms. And then they place it on top of the switchboard. And it says gorilla. This helps students that are visually impaired or students that need the verbalization of what each of these animals are. When working with visually impaired students, you also want to have them work with things that are the actual size So even though you are learning with objects that are smaller, like a giraffe, that's not the actual size of the giraffe. So big books come in handy when working with students visually impaired. This is the life-size zoo book. So when working and learning about zoo animals with the visually impaired students, this is a book that has the actual life-size animals. So here's a zebra. The students are able to get close to the book and see the zebra. And this helps see the real size of the actual zebra head. And when teaching students that are visually impaired, you also want to have tactile items. So when adapting this book, you can put the zebra fur on it. You can put the wispy hairs in the ears, and you also could put a glassy eye, put a glassy material. And then another cool thing about big books like the animal book is it can open up. So you can talk about the giraffe with the switchboard and then teach them about the actual size of the giraffe so they can relate the two. And also, once again, you can put tactile objects so they can feel it when learning about the animal. Also with your lesson, you can have a smartboard presentation, a smartboard lesson. This is about animals, and if you click on this, you can also have a website video
Animals on the Farm movie.
that is hooked up
Times of places that have what?
to your smartboard lesson. So this has them explore the internet and also keep them engaged in the activity. The smartboard lesson engages students and can help students of all kinds. And it can help students with fine motor disabilities, with gross motor disabilities, that have learning disabilities that need to stay engaged. So this activity, you touch the pig and pull it down and it tells you if it's a mammal. So touch the duck. Is a duck a mammal? No, it's not a mammal. So the students are able to come up to the board, even if they are in a wheelchair, and pull down the animal. And if they need help by the student or by the teacher, they can also have help by the teacher. So this one right here, the color contrast is a little difficult to see. For a student that is visually impaired or that is colorblind of any kind, they would not be able to see this. Like as this one is easy to see. So you would just need to change the color of this and make it easier to see. And then also with this presentation, the students are able to move, drag to the appropriate animal, and then also use the magnifying glass. This is an awesome tool, and this helps the students in different ways. This helps them with their language skills. Drag it over, and it tells you the letter that each animal starts with. So you can have the students, even if they're not sure, come up and show the class what letter the animal starts with. Also, this one is also linked up to the sounds of the animals. So when clicked on the star, you could have a student come up to the board, click on the star, and if you can hear it, it actually makes the sound of an actual duck quacking. So they are able to understand how we say quack quack and how an actual duck sounds. This is an active activity that is already created in Smartboard Notebook, and you can easily just drag it, and it either will go in or spin out if it's incorrect. This helps the students learn themselves. And this is a bubble map. This is also a great tool to implement. And this right here is a pool tab. This is awesome to ask the students a question and then have the students come up and answer the question. Or as this pool tab, it gets you to click on the cow barn. But without pulling that, you wouldn't know what to do. So this keeps the students engaged, and it doesn't just have a bunch of words all over the lesson. It actually gives them the opportunity to stay engaged and actually see this. So this is a Smartboard lesson, and this can be implemented in any kind of. Adapted tools can also be used in a lesson teaching about animals. Say that you want the students to be creative and have a hands-on activity with paper and scissors, and they're not able to cut with their fine motor disabilities. These are some scissors that are adapted tools that help the students cut. And as you see, they're all different. They can be big, they can be small, and they can be just adapted tools. Also, when they are writing, some students might have fine motor disabilities that affect their writing. So you have pencil grips. As you see, this one is a pencil grip, and it allows the students to place their fingers directly on the pencil where they need to go. And then also this is a pen adapted tool, and it helps them grip it and write how they need to. And also this is another pen. This is a twist and write. This helps them put their fingers in the right place and actually write on the piece of paper. And also you could have big crayons that are adapted tools that help the students color if they have fine motor disabilities. They're about that big around, and they're easier for the students to use. And also the students might need some clarification when reading something, and these are highlighter tape. And what you do is you place this on a section that you want the students to write, or if they can't use an actual highlighter, they can use this instead. And this helps them focus on what you want to read, or what they want to read, or what they want to point out to you when assessing what they need to know. And these are adaptive tools, and there are tons of them in the AT. Students with disabilities can benefit from many different types of AT devices.